Unsolved Mysteries is like a glorious pie of opportunity. There are missing people. There are ghosts. There are mediums. This is
aliens.
Literally aliens. There's updates. There's con artists. It is pick your poison of crime. And it is the most wonderful show that I have ever watched. And last night I watched one, and I just watched one segment, and it was on a 6-year-old girl that was a medium, and one of the ghosts that was coming at her was scratching her. And I literally about crapped my pants. It holds up. I thought it was weird that a 6-year-old was wearing hoop earrings, but other than that,
that I can't watch it.
You cannot watch. But they stand up. Watch them. It's fantastic. But it did make me think, like, this was my gateway drug to crime, to like true crime and like being obsessed with it. Because if you remember when Unsolved Mysteries first came out, and now I'm going to date myself, I'm not 1,000, I promise. It didn't come out every week. It came out like on tonight's special edition of Unsolved Mysteries. And you were
I don't remember that.
Oh my God, you had to set the VCR, which never happened, or you had to watch it real time. And
I don't remember that, but I do. When it was on, I remember that. And maybe like America's Most Wanted was later, but it felt like my civic duty. I was like, every American needs to be watching this because you might have seen something. And they used to say that too. Like, if you see anyone that might resemble this man 40 years late, and they did. Like, has anybody done a documentary about how many people they caught from that show? Because I'm really, they did
so many. Well, I had all right. So when you are 9 and your imagination runs away with you, this is a terrible story. I was convinced that someone that worked at the Central City Mall was a woman who had amnesia and did not know where she was. And I thought this woman was her. So I called the Unsolved Mysteries hotline, and I reported her as the missing woman from the episode who had amnesia. And they said, "How old are you?" And I said, I'm 9. And they said, "Well, do your parents know that you're calling?" And I was like, I didn't say this, but I was like, hell no, Terry'd freak. And so they said, "Go get your parent, call your local police." Like, they were very nice to me, but they were like, basically, "We know you're a kid." They must get a lot of kid callers, because I was like, I'm about to crack this shit open. Welcome to my first solved mystery.
That could happen. That could literally happen. I mean,
that didn't happen.
It didn't happen. But no. Kristin, I don't want you to be embarrassed, because my mom one time thought my friend Laura's husband had been married to my stepsister. And I was like, that is the worst. Like, you spent how many Thanksgivings with the guy? Like,
that's so
it happens.
Well, to end the story in not a glorious way, the woman did not have amnesia, and my mom was so mad because I had been following her in the grocery store for many days when we went, just to do some recon and take some notes and figure out, like, if maybe she was. This is before cell phones, by the way, because I would have just snapped a picture, but I was doing like drawings of her, and she was a longtime resident of the town, and
knew who she was.
Yeah, she had. Oh my God, I'm such a bad. Anyway, she had
had a hard life, and you were bringing up
had a hard
memories. Okay.
No, she was a very sweet person who I totally misidentified, and I learned a strong lesson at that point. And then my mom was like, "You can't." Well, you know, Terry, that I cut to 30 minutes later of her tearing me a new one. Like, she's like, "You can't just call the police." But I wanted to be a part of one of those updates more than anything.